Today we interview Misha Flips. He's a $4 million per year Amazon wholesale seller. He's going to teach us the most important tips for wholesale Amazon business. Also, what are the pitfalls to avoid, the do's and don'ts. We'll also learn about how to use AI in this day and age for your Amazon business, as well as what to do with the rising fees and tariffs that's affecting a lot of Amazon sellers. You don't want to miss this. Check it out. We've listed the main discussion points below with timestamps. Feel free to skip to the ones you're interested in.
So my name is Misha Fedorov, born and raised in Russia, came to the United States 2011, 14 years ago. Start work on a typical immigrant's job in a restaurant, work myself up to the manager position, start working like a manager of restaurant for like 7 years. And when COVID happened, we were sitting home. I was spending a lot of time with my family, and I kind of like it, spend time with my kids and family, and I try to figure out what should I do not go back to the restaurant business and not spending that many hours far away from my family. And I start Googling how to make money online, and somehow I end up on YouTube's and different platforms how to sell on Amazon. I try to make my research much deeper and see how people actually doing and selling on Amazon. And I was just locked myself in a room for like 1-2 weeks, and I was just consuming so many YouTubes, so many like Instagram, so many stories. And finally I realized how to sell on Amazon and what should I do step by step. And since now as full-time Amazon seller, and I full-time e-commerce sellers, not only Amazon, I sell on different platforms as well. Like my majority is Amazon and Walmart.
When you first started at Amazon, what was like the transition like?
So pretty much, when I was working in a restaurant, I tried to every time make some money on the side. I was doing drop shipping, I was flipping cars, I was doing like Facebook market, like you name it. Every single hustle like people's doing with a full-time job, I try, and I did it. I quit my restaurant job because it was too much after COVID even happened. Was a lot of people were spending money on the restaurant, and not a lot of people want to work at this time because everybody was sitting on unemployment and government was paying a lot of money to people stay home. So it was like so much work, but it wasn't enough people who I can hire and work for my restaurants. So I overwhelmed. I worked too much, and one day I just decided, okay, it's enough. I just quit, and I was in a process to open my own restaurant. So I was doing my research and was made a couple offers to buy the restaurants, and at the same time I was start figure out how to sell products online. So it was kind of slowly transitions, and step by step I was doing like product research for my Amazon, what I can sell and what should I do. And at the same time, I was kind of try to open my restaurants. And pretty much I kind of make a decision what will happen first. I will go all in. We was about to buy one restaurant. It didn't work out because some guy overbet us. He put more money down, and I decided to kind of step back from the restaurants and go full time on e-commerce sell on Amazon. And that's how it started.
Why did you stick with Amazon and not go to the other business?
I would say it was easy, but it's not simple. So it was a lot of learning process, and I don't understand every single business require a lot of like a knowledge and a lot of things like inside, because Amazon is a huge platform. It's been on the market like over 20 years, and to understand that market, so I have to spend time and understand exactly what I'm doing and how I'm selling that. And I don't really remember it was easy or not. I would say it was okay. It wasn't hard, but it was a lot of learning process. So it was like a 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I only was learning what I'm doing. After that, when I start figure out, okay, I understand right now how Amazon works, like what should I sell? And that also took me another like 2 or 3 weeks to figure out like what can I sell and what I cannot. It was pretty simple, but it was long time learning. So I don't want to rush it. I don't want to make mistakes because I have a family, I have kids, I have a mortgage. So I'm not in a position to kind of go all in and lose money. So I have still responsibilities behind my back. So I cannot go all in. So I have to calculate my risk and does it worth it or not. And at the same time, I kind of give myself a 1 year. So I took it Amazon serious, and I told myself, okay, like I have a 10 years experience in a restaurant. I know like a lot of people who want to hire me back because of all my experience and how I know how to open restaurants from A to Z. And I just told myself and told to my wife, okay, give me 1 year. Let me do like full in on Amazon. If it didn't work, I just go back to restaurant. Like I have nothing to lose. If yeah, and that's how it happened. Hopefully it was working, and I saw potential in Amazon after 1 year of doing that full time. And after that, I just get all in and put a gas pedal and just now still doing it.
How much did you start with? And then how did you grow that business?
I used to have some savings. So my saving was, I have like maybe like around $30,000 or $40,000 savings, but that wasn't much how much I invested right away. Because even today was looking on my first year of my sale, it was a steady small little steps growing. Like my first month I sold maybe like $3,000. My next month's revenue was maybe like $5,000. After that was 8, 10, 12. So it was small little steps because like I said, I don't want to invest all my money and kind of have no idea what's going on. And when I realized how Amazon works and realize all those fees and structures and what my net profit after every single expense for every single month, and I understood the platform. So second year, pretty much I went all in. So I got all my savings, I bought so many products, and at the same time I registered my LLC, I registered my company, I opened bank account, and bank will see cash flow on my bank account, and they offer me a good credit cards with the $20,000, $30,000, and $40,000 was 3 different banks for the 12 months 0 APR. So that's helped me a lot to keep rolling and kind of invest back to my business. But it was small, little steady growth, not like all in.
Why do a lot of people, I heard as much as 70% of people on Amazon who first, get started, why do they fail? Like from your experience, because you've met a lot of different sellers.
In my personal experience, I think because a lot of people, they do not understand their numbers. They see a lot of people right now like to flex, like, oh, I make $100,000 on Amazon a month. I'm like, okay, it's not how much you make. That's your revenue of your business. What is your net margin you putting exactly to your pocket every single month after all your expenses, after your boxes, shipping, returns, inventory fees, like every single Amazon fees. You have so many fees. There's at least like 5 or 6 I can name it from top of my head. And people sometimes have no idea what's going on. And they see like, oh, we're making money, but we're realizing we do not making money. And they start borrowing more and more money. They ask open new credit cards, second credit cards, and it's kind of we're digging a hole because we don't understand the numbers, and we're kind of like borrowing. And after that, we're realizing, oh, for the past 4 months, I do not make any money, and now I have to pay all those credit cards. And I think it's people just rushing. Just because we see everybody on Instagram or everybody internet say like, oh, I make on Amazon this type of money, just go buy used to be like Stanley Cups, Nike, like just flip it and you're gonna make a lot of money. You just have to know what you're buying. Not really. So you have to do step by step. You have to treat it like as a business.
What are the most important numbers from your experience? Like as an Amazon seller, what should you be looking at on a weekly basis?
Your most important numbers, that's your net profit after all your expenses, after all those ridiculous Amazon fees, placement fee, storage fee, returns fee, like long storage fee or inbounds fee. Like it's so many fees you have to pay to Amazon, and if you do not keep an eye on those fees, it can burn you down. So you have to know every single penny on your business. So that's another thing. It's a boring part of the business when I'm sitting every month and I look in Excel and I see like how much money I spend for the boxes, how much money I spend for the scotch tape, how much money I spend for the employers, how much money I spend like on a inbound, on a logistics, like on a Amazon returns, Amazon fees. Like that's boring process nobody wants to talk about, but that's how business become profitable, because you have to look on the Excel files like at least once a month or like 2 times a week.
When they're doing product sourcing, like what kind of mistakes do people make and how do we prevent those mistakes?
In terms of what type of model you want to do on Amazon, if we talk about like a online arbitrage, and that's online arbitrage when you're buying from big website like a Walmart, Target, Kohl's, like you name it, and you sell on Amazon. Number one mistake, I think, if this product easy to find, and it's mean a lot of people found these products. Let's say if you found these products for 10 minutes, other 1,000 people of who try to sell on Amazon found the same products. And now it's like it's typical, it's supply and demand. 1,000 people are gonna buy the same product, they're gonna ship on Amazon, numbers of sales go up, sales go down. That's the number one. People do not understand. If it's easy to find, everybody's gonna find. And if you right now you're sourcing by yourself, let's say if you're sitting home and you're sourcing by yourself, now you're competing with the other guys who's in the game 3, 4, 5 years, who has a team of VA, like virtual assistant, who work overseas, and now you by yourself competing with the people like who has a team of 5 or team of 10 virtual assistants, and you cannot compete with them. So you have to understand and always keep an eye. If you look in a website, if you're sitting in your home and you look in the website, the same website, people looking all over the globe, like from like Philippines, from India, from Russia, from Ukraine, wherever your VA from, we're looking at these sales. So if it's product hard to find, that's the good products. And at the same time, talk about online arbitrage. If it's small little tricks, you can adjust your margin. So if you use any extension for the cashback like Rakuten or Top Cashbank, like any discontinued gift card, so whatever you can make it to make a bigger your margin, that's better for you. But a lot of people does not want to do that kind of extra step. But that's when I was doing 100% OA, that's majority of my money how I make it. It's cashbacks and different discontinued gift cards or some kind of tricks website to give you 10 or 15% for the first order or something.
How do you move like from RA to OA and then to wholesale product sourcing?
I think it's a typical path. So when I do an RA, I kind of cut myself. Like I was driving so many stores, I was spending so much hours, and sometimes like you're spending like a whole day. I remember when I started, my daughter, she was going to daycare. I would drop her off, I go to work, I drive around, and sometimes I was driving 3-4 days around and I did not find any products. And I kind of got myself like, okay, like 2 problems I got myself. Sometimes one problem, like if it's good stores to to look your inventory from, but we do not have enough inventory. So if you have like a lot of if you have a cash on your hands, you cannot spend enough cash in one store. And second problem I realized, sometimes you're driving so many hours and you cannot find the products. And I try to question myself, okay, what's next? Because again, I have a mortgage, I have family, like it cannot be forever. So what's the next step? Like how else I can make money on Amazon? And after that, I realized it's online arbitrage exists. So I try to learn myself what is online arbitrage, start kind of educate myself, and I figure out how does it work, how to buy, what website I have to buy from. Was doing online arbitrage. And when I start doing like roll is bowling, more inventory I have to buy, I kind of end up with the problem, okay, I have more cash to spend on inventory, what else should I do? And now I have 2 options, even like hired a lot of VAs and kind of structure this system, or I heard about other model, it's called like wholesaling. So when you buy like pallets of products and selling on Amazon. So I kind of educate myself on this topic, what is wholesaling means. I went different events, I met with the distributors, and yeah, from now on, I'm doing wholesaling and still doing a little bit OA and RA, but majority it's a wholesaling. So yeah, like I do the 3 steps, RA, OA, wholesaling. And a lot of people think that's the typical path of Amazon seller. I tell everybody it's not. If you feel comfortable on an RA, stay in an RA. If you feel comfortable on an OA, stay in an OA. And if you really want to do wholesaling, do wholesale. It's not like typical steps you have to do, like 1, 2, 3. Like a lot of people think that's the wholesaling is the final boss of the Amazon, but it's not. Whatever you feel comfortable for you and for your family.
So for wholesale, what are the metrics that you use to decide whether or not you should go like get a pallet of this product, get a few hundred of these products, rather than put the money somewhere else? How do you decide to go into this product very deep?
For the products, I decide I use a software. It's called Keepa. So it shows me all data about this product. So it shows how many times it was sold last month, what's the average buy box, how many people were selling these products. And I see, let's say products was selling like 100 times and it was 5 sellers there, and average buy box was like 20% of each seller. So I decided, okay, if I decide to sell these products, how much sales I can make from these products. And based on that, I decide how much of these products I needed. So pretty much like I don't care what I'm selling as long as data makes sense. And what data tells me, okay, if data show me, okay, products A, you have to buy 200 units, but products B, you're only going to be able to sell 20 units. So that's what I do based on the whatever data tell me. I buy 100 of products A and 20 items of products B. And sometimes it's only data, it's average. But sometimes when I get those products A and products B, in real life, maybe I did not sell 100 of products A, I only sold 80. But products B, I sold 20 in 2 weeks. So next time when I placing the order for the same products, a little bit go lower on the product A, a little bit up on the product B. But whatever pretty much data on Keepa shows me, I pull the trigger based on data only.
When you're looking at the sellers, you're looking at only FBA sellers, you're looking at like merchant fulfilled, FBM sellers, or like when you're looking at the offers, the sellers, like what are you looking at? Is it both numbers or just mostly the FBA or like stronger FBAs?
It's both numbers. So pretty much I look on a buy box rotation. So that's called like how many times per, like say if it's day has 24 hours, so buyback rotations mean like it's me, you and me selling the same products, and Amazon give 50% buybacks to you and 50% buybacks to me. That's mean on the past 24 hours you were selling these products 12 hours a day and I selling the same products other 12 hours from the day. So I see what offers on a buyback rotation. If it's only FBA offers, I'm not going to the FBM. Like even like I tried a couple times, I have to undercut like a lot. So I even have to undercut 20% or 25 for FBM offer to kind of win the buybacks. So for these products here, if it's only FBA sellers, I do FBA. If it's only FBMs, I have to ask myself, okay, what's the reason it's only FBMs? Maybe it's a hazmat, maybe it's an oversize, maybe it's some type of restriction Amazon does not allow to FBA. So it all depends on the products. Yeah, whatever it's FBA, FBM, and of course, FBM, I do a lot of when any type of seasonality, any like it's like Mother's Day, Father's Day, 4th of July, any type of Christmas, on the Christmas time, like 2 weeks before the Christmas, I'm doing a lot of FBMs because Amazon just give sales to everybody else because we overwhelmed warehouses. So whatever data shows me, I'm going only based on the data.
When you purchase the item the first time, do you do like a pilot first? Like, do you get like 20 units, 10 units before you jump in and get like 100, 200 units?
It's really good question. If it's brand new products, I never sold this brand, I never even heard about, I'm buying usually like under 100, under like if like I try to buy maybe 12 or 24 units and I try to spend maybe 100 or $150 max on the products I never sold before. If let's say if it's I sold this brand before but not exactly the same products, but I sold this brand before, I pretty much see buybacks rotation and how much piece of the pie I can get it. If I can sell like 500 units, I'm buying all 500 because I have already sold this brand before and I know I have no issue with this brand.
What are some pitfalls, some mistakes that people make when they're selling wholesales that you should pay attention to?
Yeah, like everybody said, if its deal looks like it's super good margin, and you think like you got a golden nugget, it's not. It's a lot of people buying products from some type of distributors we call, who like offer their products on any type of telegrams, on WhatsApp group. So you should know where you're buying your products from, because otherwise right now when exactly what's going on right now with Amazon with the Section 3 last year, and now what Amazon is getting a little bit tougher and tougher on the products you're selling. So you should make your diligence to find where these products come from. Ideally, you have to buy from brand directly, or you have a brand and you have authorized distributor, you have to buy from this authorized distributor. If you're buying from some other guys who buying from authorized distributor try to resell you can get a problem from Amazon. You cannot compete with the prices for, if let's say I bought these products from authorized distributors, and you bought these products from some guy who bought it from this guy and put this margin on top. So no way you can compete with me because I bought it closer to the source. And at the same time, you should know, let's say, how much products coming on the market, because let's say 2 years ago, I remember P&G products. I was selling P&G products. They have some type of shortage on the shampoos and conditions. So what happened was, it was a big containers of products. P&G was coming on the United States market every quarter, every 3 months. And you can see like a lot of products came at the same time in the market. People bought it and tried to sell it. And for the last year was like price, like numbers of sales go up, price go down. Price goes up, sales goes down. That was for P&G last year every 3 months. Like keep a graph was look like this. So you should know who you're buying from. If it's this guy has a warehouse, not warehouse, if just a guy who registered your LLC on the home address and kind of try to buy all those liquidation and try to kind of sells you. And yeah, you should know, you should understand who are you buying from. That's it. It has to be legit business, legit distributors.
How do you understand like whether this distributor is legitimate? Like how do you find the source for the wholesale business?
Number one strategy I use, I just call directly to the company and let's say, hey guys, I'm trying to buy your products. I want to buy this product from this distributor, distributor A. Can you tell me if this authorized distributors? A lot of times we're not gonna tell you like, oh yeah, this authorized distributor. We're just gonna give you a list of authorized distributors, and you just have to find out if this guy who you wanna buy from, are he on this list or not. Second thing, I try to kind of make my, I call it FBI research. So I do his company name, his address. If it's put LLC, I try to see who is a registered agent under this LLC. If I try pop his name, I try to Facebook him, Instagram him. Like I try to find the reason why I should not buy from this guy. If these reasons, I cannot find these reasons, if everything look like a green light, I buy from this product. But if something look fishy, or like I said, something it's good to be true, I usually skip it because it's risky. It's because last year or 2 years ago was a lot of products was stolen goods, goes on Amazon, people was buying this. Yeah, it's a lot of like shady business going on behind the scenes on the wholesaling, so you should do your diligence.
Here's a question for you. I believe a lot of sellers might face this with the Section 3 you're mentioning. Let's say you're selling brand A, and then you had purchased from an authorized distributor, you purchased from them, but then Amazon asked you to provide that you are the authorized distributor for this brand. They want you to provide some documentation that you are the authorized reseller, the authorized distributor. In this type of situation, like, well, what do you do?
I got lucky. I never got Section 3 because I'm buying from authorized distributor. But let's say I have a IP complaints every 2 weeks for different products. I just submitting my documents, my invoices from this distributor. I submit it to the Amazon, and usually they accepting. Sometimes they ask me to my supplier. They just want to find out where this products come from. So I also got lucky because my supplier he can provide me these documentations. But for the past maybe like 3 months, I think Amazon they just started doing a lot of AI, and those kind of documents was kind of like harder and harder to get approved. So sometimes I have to, I don't know, for the last complaint I did it 10 times. I submitted 10 times, and it looks like every 9 times I spoke with the AI, and finally I got to the real person. We spoke on the phone, and she just kind of look on the invoice like, yeah, everything like legit, you buy from legit suppliers, like he just authorized, like one click of the button, and all those IP complaint was kind of got away because I talked to the human. But 9 previous attempts, it was I think talk to the AI. Yeah, so I got lucky. For every single complaint I have, I providing invoices and Amazon accepting them. Not every time from first attempt. Sometimes I do 3, 2, 4, 5 times, but I know I'm buying not stolen goods. I'm buying not from somebody else who live next door to me and buying some products. So in this case, I'm kind of feel more secure, and I can sleep well nighttime by knowing I'm buying from good guys.
So you talk a little bit about a very interesting subject, Misha, about the AI. So how do you think this AI sourcing, like a lot of people, they're saying like, hey, you could use the AI, get a list of potential wholesale sellers. Like I've been seeing this a lot, like this is a very hot topic, using AI. Like how do you use AI to source as a wholesale seller? Like maybe we're not there yet.
For the sourcing side of business, I'm not using AI for the sourcing of products. For the sourcing supplies and verify those suppliers, I'm using AI, and it's a good future. I mean, it's like a personal assistant. So if you train them well and know what's the right answer, I mean, what's the right questions to ask them, we're gonna provide you answer. But every time you have to double check with them. And because like I said, I wasn't born in the United States, English is my second language. A lot of times I'm using AI to help me to properly submit the email, because sometimes like I got a super long email, and I try to sound professional, but I don't know how to type professional, so I use an AI so to help me with that. And a lot of times AI also helped me to verify the supplier. So let's say if supplier has a website, I try to ask the AI, okay, can you run traffic of this website? How long is on the market? So at least like that's the website was created a couple of days ago, it has a zero traffic, or it has like some kind of tension on the back end. So an AI, it helps me with that. It's a good tool, but you have to know how to use it. Otherwise, it's like a Lamborghini in a Miami. So when you cannot drive above 40 miles an hour, but you're driving slowly, drive kind of like to flex, but you cannot use a full speed motion.
Are there other use cases that AI that you find that could be helpful for your Amazon business? And also you talk about communication as well, communicating to suppliers, communicating to customers.
Yeah, I'm using for the customer service when somebody email me, or some customers complaining about like package got stolen or like we did not deliver. So pretty much every single complaints from the customers I already kind of have AI. I have an AI for the different like topics. So let's say one of the topic is customer service. So I kind of taught AI with specific customer service how we have to reply. So I just tell, hey, listen, copy and paste, and make sure you tell them like file A to Z claim, or we send you replacements. So pretty much AI already knows how to handle these cases, because I every time keep feeding with this information. Second, I'm using even, let's say I verify a supplier and I like him and I start doing the business with him, but maybe prices is not good anymore, or he don't have enough products. I just pretty much kind of also told BI, okay, I have distributor A, he's selling this products. What other distributor in this area selling the same products in the same kind of company? So he give me kind of his research, and again, I'm making research of his research, kind of research, and that's kind of realizing it's like a VA. If you have some guy who can help you to kind of daily task, okay, do this research, do this research, do this research, and every time you have to correct him, you can use it in a good way. But like I said, if you don't know what you're asking, sometimes he just give you random questions and you don't know how to use it.
What are the most important tools you use for your Amazon business?
Most important tools, I think it's like for the sourcing sides, that's the Keepa, no doubt you have to use it. Second one, it's Repricer. Like I remember when a guy started using your Repricer, it was like eye-opening. I was maybe 5 or 6 months selling on Amazon, and I was doing like repricing like every 3 days, and my average sales was, I would say, like, I don't know, 500 a day. So I figured out how to use a Repricer. So I download, guys, your Repricer, and kind of set up the rules and everything what I need, and go to sleep. I woke up next day, my sales done like 3x. So because it's also
3x.
It's an employee of your business who's never sleep, and every time make a kind of communication with the Amazon. The second most important tools, that's the Repricer. For sure you have to use it, because after it's like your employer. Even you have to do you have to hire somebody else to do that 85 minutes, or you just have to find a good Repricer. And I'm so happy, guys, I found you, who's help kind of do these products and do this job while I'm sleeping, while I'm eating, while I spend time with my family. I do whatever I have to do, focus on the business. I know like BQool got my back with the price point.
What do you think about BQool?
It's a great software. I like it because we have an integration with the seller app. When I do my sourcing, I put my product cost and kind of min and max prices, and it's integrated with the BQool. I only use in BQool 3 rules. It's like AI 4 rules. I use an AI equalizer, profit maximizer, sales what's it called? Maximize my sales when I try to liquidate. Yep, and when it's no buy box on the listing. So that's the 4 majority rules I'm using that. And cool feature, I like it every time at 1 a.m. Eastern time, I stop using Repricer. I put all my prices up all the way in the top, and I start using Repricer at 7 a.m. in my Eastern time.
So you do a schedule.
By doing that, yes, I'm scheduling. So because nighttime, a lot of people are not buying the products, and I'm kind of don't want to keep the products down because I know a lot of people who's using also Repricer will kind of match with me. So I go up, we go up, and every 7 a.m. I think we start again going prices down, 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 down. So that's a cool feature. I like it.
How do you combat Amazon's rising fees? Because you talk about this fees, right? There's the fees, they just keep raising them, right? So how do you combat, when Amazon raises the fee?
Yeah, I just changed my strategy, what am I buying. So let's say if it's used to be for me, I do like a wholesaling. I do, let's say if you do an online arbitrage, I have a like minimum for each products I want to sell, I want to get net $5. But for the wholesaling, I used to do a $1. And because you're selling a lot of these products, so you're selling like 1,000 a month, and you're getting like $1,000 profit. So now, because you have to pay for all those fees, a lot of people complaining about them like that. But oh, Amazon doing this. But okay, that's because you playing Amazon game. Like I say, it's a sandbox. Amazon built the sandbox, and you coming with your toys playing in this sandbox. And Amazon every time kind of make their rules. And yes, that's their rules. Just stop complaining, just change something for your business. So what I did in my business, I just changed the strategy of buying. So now for the wholesaling, I need at least $2 or $2.50 profit, because you have to pay for placement fee, for logistics, and you end up, if you think you're making $2.50, you end up making $1 or $1.50. So I just change the strategy where I'm buying, and at the same time I analyzing my logistics, where I ship my products to, because I'm shipping my product from New Jersey, that's the East Coast, and every time if I do like Amazon optimized shipments, it wants me to send one pallet to California, one pallet to the Illinois, one pallet to Texas, one pallet to Florida, and one pallet somewhere in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. So I have to really calculate how much money I gotta spend for logistics, ship my products from New Jersey, from all different regions of the United States, and sometimes it's a lot. So because like I just ship 11 pallets to the Amazon, and I end up paying for logistics only $3,000 to only ship those pallets to the Amazon warehouses. And sometimes for me it's easy to ship everything to one location and pay Amazon placement fee, but I'm losing a little bit of time. But it's yeah, so you have to calculate best logistics possible fit your business.
Another issue a lot of sellers are facing right now, like let's say they're selling Nike or Adidas, like some big brands, and then many of their ASINs, now Nike is coming back onto Amazon. Adidas is doing the same. There's other large brands, coming back on Amazon. Like, how do you deal with, this big brand coming in and then regating some ASINs?
I mean, I feel bad. I mean, because I used to do like a lot of Nikes and Adidas, but again, when Amazon started doing that, I realized if all your business only built on one brand, on Nike or on Adidas, that's really risky business, and so you have to decertify. And I think it's time, when a lot of people was flipping like Nike and Adidas, it's kind of gone, because it was like a short period of time you can make good money for, like, I know when people who start selling 2021, 2022, 2023, for those 3 years, if you was selling those Nike and Adidas, you can make good money. Now I think those kind of easy money selling on Amazon, it's gone. Now you have to kind of pay attention on different brands. But it's so many brands in the United States. It's just not only Nike and Adidas. It was a kind of game on an easy mode when you buy Nike and Adidas and resell them, because it's a super high-end brand and everybody knows them. But just try focus on the different brands. It's so many brands in the United States. Do not just kind of target flashy object. When it used to be a Stanley Cup, everybody tried to buy it and sell it. Now it's just Adidas, Nike. Yes, I feel bad. So because remember, and back in the time, it's helped me to make good money, Nike, Adidas. But okay, rules change. You have to adopt it and keep going, or just complain and just never sell on Amazon again. So Have to
So you have
choose
to
what you want
adapt to
to
the
do.
times, basically. Yeah, that's what you're saying. And one more thing, last question here for the tariffs. Because as a wholesaler, maybe some item, let's say you talked about PNG, maybe PNG is manufactured outside of the United States. And then so now there's a bunch of new tariffs coming on. Like, how does an Amazon seller deal with a tariff? Let's say you're doing wholesale, for example.
Again, based on my experience, I got lucky because all of my products manufacture in United States. Some of them manufacture in Europe, or some of them, I believe it's Africa. Some of the countries from Africa, yeah, some of them. But it's not really affect me as much like other guys, because I know like I have some friends who doing private label. We're buying some product from China. They got affected really bad, and I know other product people who's buying also from distributors who was buying some type of product from overseas. I mean, it's it's bad. You just have to again accept it, make some twist on your business, and just keep going, or you have to just go different platform. And I know it's a lot of people right now give up on Amazon, and we're doing Walmart, we're doing TikTok shops. I know a lot of people who has their own brand, we're using TikTok shop, and I know guys we're like killing it. We're like 10 years, so I'm 35, yeah, we're 12 years younger than me. They make 3 times more money than me on the TikTok shop. And I know people doing what's not. You just, yes, Amazon it's a beast, and it's give you opportunity to sell with so many customers and kind of with the click of the button, because everybody has a Prime Day. But try to figure out different platform if it's Amazon getting tougher, or just accept whatever Amazon tells you to do and play by the Amazon rules. If you don't like it, go different platform, because again, it's, you live in the United States, you live like some different countries, you can do whatever you want, just adapt it and make a dedicated decision how you can succeed in your business. Because if you're doing step A, step B, step C, and you was doing those steps for the last 3 years and it was profitable, it's not gonna last forever. So you have to always adapt, because it's a business. You have to always adapt and even keep going, or just close and do other business. But business always evolving, and you have to evolve as well with the business. Otherwise, you're gonna be left over with nothing, and you're gonna be complaining when Amazon is not like it used to be.
That's a really good tip for everyone in different industry, even in work and different environments. You just have to adapt to the different situation, the evolving market. And where can people find more information about you, Misha?
I must I try to be active on the Instagram. That's my Misha Flips. That's my nickname on the Instagram. I'm not posting a lot because I have nothing to sell. I'm not Amazon gurus. I just a guy who try to make it happen and make a living for the family. I post any different content for people to kind of give more knowledge behind the scenes. What's the logistic cost, how much this, how much that. And yeah, Misha Flips in the Instagram. If you have any questions, DM me. I'm gonna be more than happy to help. I just kind of happy to give back to community, because I remember myself when I was starting Amazon, I have so many questions, and I DM every single guy who can reach it. And I so appreciate for people who reach me out and they DM me back and give me good advices. So now my turn. If you have any questions, if you're struggling with something, DM me. I try to do my best to kind of help you out. If you're down, I kind of lift you up. If you're up, I cheers you up and just keep going. That's Misha Flips Instagram.
Thanks, Misha, for your advice, for your tips, and all your sharing. Thanks a lot. Yeah, keep in touch.
Thanks so much, Samuel. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it for your love.